Hey all, welcome to Wednesday with Pastor Dan. Busy day yesterday, keeping up with all sorts of stuff and trying to get ready for VBS and helping Pastor Bethany do all those things and yeah, all that good stuff that comes with it. So we're doing it today and we're rolling through. So I I guess I'd ask like a rhetorical question for you to think about, I suppose, is ever come to that point where you feel so unbelievably small and insignificant in the grand scheme of things. I get there from time to time. It's not in any sort of like depressive way, but like how can I help or how can I take part in this? Or I just feel, or I get to the point where it's like, why does God care about someone as small and unimportant? I held no true position of anything. I can really only make a minor difference in the small corner of the world that I live in. And maybe that's all we're supposed to do, but sometimes it just feels that it needs to be bigger, at least for me, and I get stuck in a little bit of that. And then also there's the whole layer of like, why do I do the thing that I desperately not want to do? The layer of sin and the struggles with that, and it's like, well, this is all begins to be somewhat pointless, is the feeling. And I get there, and I you struggle with that, or I struggle with that, and then it kind of turns into a level of despair. And there's two ways to get there, in my mind, and they bring us to the same place. There's the oh, the sinner that I am, the worthless dog, the worm that I am, as Luther says, or um, Calvin talks about being the theologian John Calvin talks about being made of clay. We're not made of like stardust or whatever, but we're made of clay, and we're all made of this mud. It's not just kind of on our shoes or our whatever, but God took clay, dirt, and made us. And he says, we are full of it. We are nothing but mud, filth, both inside and out. I'm like, oh. So now I feel like the despair settles in. But then there's also the idea that we're just the outcome of a bunch of accidental allocations of atoms. Okay, well, either way, if I'm in this level of despair or it's just an accident, what does it matter? And that's the danger of getting to that place. Thomas Aquinas said that despair is the most dangerous of all sins because when people are in despair, they do not care about others or whatever. So we get into this collective irresponsibility. Whether it's because I'm just a collection of atoms randomly thrown together in sound waves or whatever, or if I am that God created me out of mud and so I'm just worthless, um, it leads to despair. And despair is this leads us down to collective irresponsibility or compassion fatigue or this place of why does it matter what I do? But see, that's the thing is that what we do matters. Our actions matter. I have in my wallet actually on the inside behind my, but in front of my driver's license, this little patch from the National Holocaust Museum and that I bought years ago when we visited. What you do matters. What we do matters. The choices, the actions. We matter. God has said that we matter because see, we leave it at just that God made us out of clay, and that's where Calvin and I differ. Is that God then breathed God's own spirit into us. God sends Jesus for us. So God makes this definitive yes. Now we have to watch the fine line of saying, well, then we're so important. I'm so important that then I can do whatever I want again. But what we do matters. If we sit in despair and we waver there that we're insignificant or it's all for random and it doesn't really matter, then we don't we don't live, we don't do the things we're called to do because we do matter. We do matter. God in this grand universe that is ever expanding and growing and has so much in it, and God's handiwork is there. God said we matter. God has picked us, all of us, the universe, the cosmos, all of us within it, and said that we matter. So what we do matters. We need to guard ourselves, as a reminder to myself, but guard ourselves against despair. Guard ourselves about laying in this place of it doesn't matter and this what good does it do place, because then we become collectively irresponsible. We're more than just a random collection of atoms. We are a collection of atoms, but it's not random, it's purposeful. And what we do while we're here in this place, small corners, big places, wherever it is, matters. But we don't matter more than the other collection of atoms that's next to us. We matter the same. God has said we matter all the same. That's that line. From humility or from arrogance to despair, we walk the line because we matter. But we don't matter more. We matter to God, and so what we do and who we are is purposeful. May you go out into this world knowing that God has said yes to each and every one of us, no longer despairing, but living and acting and being who we're called to be.